Hey everyone, Eugene here. Hope you're all well. Welcome back to another fragrance review. Today we've got from Chanel's Eaux collection. This is Paris-Venise, which was launched early last summer. I guess so, people can get in line and start wearing fresh fragrances for the warmer weather. And that's kind of why I've decided to take a look at this today, because, the warm weather is upon us. It's getting nicer outside, and I think I'm going to be starting to wear a little bit of these fresher, lighter, easier to wear perfumes. I'm still pulling out the heavier stuff. It's getting late May, and I'm still wearing like I wore on Teus the other day, so it's still quite cold and chilly, and we're not there yet. The warm days, today is really dark and bleak and cloudy, and it's kind of just, a little bit ugly. I won't even lie, but getting a lot of rain. So here's Venice. And I can see every time there's a new Chanel launched, it's kind of like the same old. Oh, but it's not Coco. It's not Carl Mandel. No shit, it's not. Because if it was, we just have 300 copies of the same perfume. So we're constantly progressing and changing, and there's always going to be new releases that don't smell like Coco and don't smell like Coral Mandel. But these are all inspired by Eau de Cologne's Times, Coco's travels and destinations. This was her travel to Venice, where she went to mourn the loss of her lover, Boy Capel. And there she kind of studied art and architecture and fashion, and was inspired by the Baroqueness of the city, which inspired, the look of her famous apartment that we all see pictures of, and maybe even Chanel Coco, the perfume. But it is an easy to wear perfume. It's not bold, and it's not obnoxious. It's not loud like Coco. Even though it's marketed as an Oriental, it's a fresh Oriental. Let's use the word Oriental very loosely here. Like, Oriental's kind of an overstatement. It's not an Oriental, like your traditional perfume. What I do like about this is it's very traditionally and classically structured, like a lot of the things Olivia Pohl is just doing with Chanel now. I really like, the route that they're going, even though they're very soft creations, and they're not like Antaeus, and they're not like Cuir de Russie, and they're not like Coco or Coral Mandel or Bois d'Ile. It's completely different time in Chanel's development. So what does Venice smell like? To me, it's definitely a warmer weather fragrance. It's kind of an eau de cologne meets, soft plush Oriental. So Chanel claims that they're not using a whole lot of florals in here. I don't know how much of that I believe, because I am picking up, iris and ylang and orange blossom. There's definitely some neroli in here. Some citruses, some fruity notes, but in the base there's the vanilla, benzoin, tonka bean, which is nice. It gives it a little bit of sweetness without giving it that syrupy, goopy, trendy feel that we're getting in a whole lot of perfumes now. White musk. So to me, the whole composition, it kind of smells like an eau de cologne with a heavier vanilla base, almost like I'm getting a little bit of sea salt notes, just to give it some interesting development. Actually, I get quite a lot more salty notes, which is odd and interesting. If there's two perfumes that I would say they remind me of, and there's definitely a Chanelade running through here, is and this is, I'd say, traditionally it's more it runs more on the feminine side. To some of you that may matter. You know, I've never really cared masculine, feminine, unisex. To me, it's all the same. Um, Allure, the eau de parfum. I get the base of Allure in here. You know, the vanilla, the very soft, almost a transparent vanilla, which is, you know, kind of weird to say because vanilla is usually a heavier note. Vanilla, tonka, benzoin, you know, to give it a little bit of incense. And also I'm getting kind of, this is Jersey, and it's got that, just that musky vanilla sweetness in here. And that's, you know, kind of what those two kind of remind me of. Venise. It's just, you know, to give you something to go by. The whole thing's got this really, I don't want to use the word tenacious, but it's, you know, heavier on the powdery side coming from the iris. Iris is a little bit mushroomy. That's, you know, the best term that I can find to describe it. I love that little bit fungal mushroomy, but it's got a whole lot of powderiness that just kind of envelops around you. And it's just so masterfully blended and crafted. And I have to say that, you know, after getting to learn a lot of Olivier Polge's creations, you have to remember he is the original creator of Dior Homme. He is now the master of powder, and it's probably fair to say of iris as well, because it's definitely become his signature and something that we can identify a lot of these Chanels by. You know, the style is kind of very similar, not smell wise, but technically, like Gabrielle, maybe even, you know, Chance, but, you know, a little bit less light, not less, but lighter than Chance. So I'm a huge fan of Olivier Polge and what he's bringing to Chanel. A lot of detractors out there not really crazy about his style, but, you know, to each our own. I'd much rather wear this, which is soft and light and classy and sophisticated, than something niche that's it's bold and outrageous and it's loud and obnoxious and it's like half-ass created and smells, you know, basically cheap to me. So that's really where I'm at in my journey. I do like this. I love it, actually. I'm in love with it. It's got this waxy cosmetic feel to it. It's not really lipsticky like Dior Homme or Valentino Uomo or a lot of the other Chanels, but it definitely has this waxy cosmetic-y feel to it. I just, you know, lasting power is incredible for me, you know, lasts all day. And it's definitely something that I'd reach for over a traditional eau de cologne. So Paris-Venise, I don't really know what else to tell you. Great bottle. The bottles are coming in these flask style, you know, all new bottles for this collection. So check out Paris-Venise. If you've tried Paris-Venise, let us know what you think. What is your favorite from the collection? Are you excited for Riviera? I definitely am, and you know, it should be another 2 weeks, so we'll get our hands on that. Other than that, you know, I just want to say thanks for watching, and we'll see you all again soon.